Welcome to Seeds of Encouragement, where seeds of hope, confidence, and success are planted so you can grow. I am your host, Nancy Gonzalez. I help women create their own roadmaps to success so they can find their true identity. Welcome to the show, everyone. Today we have a great friend of mine. Her name is Marcia Nehall, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about her before we start talking to her. Marcia migrated from the U.S., from Jamaica, over 16 years ago, and says that it was one of the most difficult decisions that she ever had to make, leaving a long-term relationship, and she took her two sons with her. However, she also says that this was the best decision that she ever made. At the time, it didn't feel that way, but she now realizes what a good decision it is. She says she had to press through and over time realized that this is where God wanted her to be to fulfill her purpose. Welcome, Marcia. How are you doing today?
I am good, Nancy, and thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. We're so happy that you're here. So share
Okay.
with us, what is your seed of encouragement that you want to share with the audience?
Well, my seed of encouragement today is we're stronger than we think.
Yes, we
And
are.
yes, indeed, we are. I really appreciate that sentence, having gone through what I have been through, having migrated here 6 years ago from my country,
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica. And at the time, as you said in your introduction, it felt like such a terrible decision, but I had to do it. Having to learn to even drive on the right. We drove on the left in Jamaica.
Oh, I
On
didn't know that.
yes, all these other things, even changing some of my pronunciations, like from schedule to schedule. But yeah, it's so funny. You never thought of these things.
Yeah.
But over time, I had to dig in and I had to press through because I sensed in my stomach that this is where God wanted me to be. And I realized that I did things I never knew I was capable of doing. I had two young boys. They were 7 and 8 when I brought them here. I became a single mom. And it's a totally different culture in Jamaica. I was basically on my own. And so I found my strength. I found that a lot of crying, a lot of praying.
Mm.
But through it all, I found I was actually stronger than I thought I was. And that has been the foundation for me to go after my dreams because I keep pulling back on that experience every time something comes up and I want to run away or fear creeps in. I go
Uh-huh.
back and said, I came here and I did that. I survived. I can do this.
Absolutely. And that was just so huge. I mean, I didn't realize just how big it was for you, to
Mm,
bring over your boys to a whole new culture for them, and then
mm.
being a single mom and doing, girl, you're a warrior. You are
Oh, thank you.
awesome. Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you.
So if someone is listening right now that is maybe going through something very difficult, a woman that just
Mhm.
doesn't kind of know what to do, what are some words of advice that you would give them?
I would say never give up.
Amen.
The first thing in our life is to understand that trials come in to make us stronger. And I had to learn that having gone through what I went through. Get help. If you have your family, your friends, cry a lot if you have to, because I believe tears are God's way of melting a frozen heart. And sometimes we just need to have that release. I leaned on my faith. I would read my Bible, I would pray, but always know that this is for a time and this is where we learn. This is where we know our strength. Don't give up. Push through whatever you have to do. Never give up. Because at one day you're going to look back and say, I went through that period and I survived. And we always come out better. We understand
Mhm.
ourselves more. We become stronger. We learn talents we never knew we possessed. So, and many businesses, many great ideas have come out of struggles. So I would say just press through, lean on friends and family sometimes, get close to God if you are in line or if you're so inclined, and know that this too shall pass.
I love that. And that is so
Mhm,
true. And that goes true
mhm.
really for any situation that we're going through. You just have to have that
Absolutely.
faith that you're going
Mhm,
to get through it and you're going to
mhm.
get to that end. So you
Yes.
said you learned a lot of new talents. Share with us maybe a new talent that you didn't even realize you had until you had to go through this.
Well, one of the things I never considered myself to be a good cook, and I still don't consider myself to be a good cook. But when I brought my sons here, all I wanted was Jamaican food, and it's our culture. We fix breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I realized I had to learn to cook because they would criticize my cooking. Mom, this is not good. And I never wanted to hear that. So I would bake, I would cook, and I still do that today. Every time I'm having a function at home, I
Nice.
I cook. I During COVID-19, I bought a grill and a smoker, and I become a grill master, if I may say so myself.
Marcia, look at
So
you.
that is one of the things I learned, that I never thought I was a good cook, but I had to develop the talents because I had to take care of these boys. And you have raised a son, and you know they can eat, and
Oh,
you have to
yes.
feed them.
Yes, they
And
eat a
that's
lot.
right. I also realized that I was good at finances because at that time I had to budget my money. I had to take care of these boys. I had to keep a roof over my head. So I became very good at managing my money, which lead me into my career.
That is so
Amazing.
awesome. That
Yeah.
is so awesome that, you went through something so difficult and you were able to find the bright side of it and something good instead of just
Yes.
giving up. Because giving up is
Mhm.
so easy, right?
It
It's
is.
so easy just to throw in the towel, but you
Yes.
persevered. And also
Mhm.
think of what a great role model you are for your children. They've learned that
Mhm.
even during tough times, mom didn't give up, so they shouldn't
Yes.
either,
Yes.
and that's awesome. Yeah, and I get asked a lot, when I was going through my own
Yes.
personal stuff,
Right.
gosh, how did you get through it? How'd you get through it? Well, I had
Yes.
no choice. Like you just
Yeah.
said, you have no choice but to take care of your children. So you had no choice to learn how to cook. And now
Yes.
look at you, you got a grill and your smoker, and I see a cookbook in your future. So
Well, let's hope.
you never know.
You never know. You never know. Just one thing I'd like to say. You're right. Our kids learn from us.
Mhm.
One day, my son was at USF and he called me at, I think, around 1 o'clock. And that's the first thing that came into my mind is, I wonder if something was wrong with
Ooh,
him.
yeah,
And I picked up the phone. He said, Mom, I'm in the library. And there are times when I feel like quitting, but I look at you and I see how hard you work and you got your degrees. And I think I can do it too. And he said, I just want to thank you, Mom. And I think that has been one of the best compliments I've ever gotten. Without knowing it, I've been an inspiration for him or for
absolutely.
my two sons. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that it takes a while for our kids to realize what we're going through because I'm
Yes,
sure that the struggle was very difficult for them. So I'm sure you went through
absolutely.
your periods of, why did I even do this? Why did I
Yes,
decide to do
yes,
this?
yes,
But as they
yes.
get older, they start to realize, and I think it starts to happen when they become adults. They
Right.
realize, well, mom really
Yes,
struggled for us to create a life
yes,
that was good for us. And now look
yes,
at them. So good for you.
yes.
Good for you.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
that's
Thank you.
something that they will pass on. And that legacy will continue to pass on generations down.
Absolutely.
That they'll be telling everyone what a great role model you were. So way to go to
Yes.
Marcia for that.
Uh,
That's empowerment right there.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's
Yes. Yes.
incredible.
Yes.
Incredible.
Es- Especially moms with boys, I find sometimes they struggle a little more because they go through those ages when they're rebellious and they want to argue with you.
Mhm.
But never give up. They
Nope.
will come around, and boys love their mama.
Yes,
They
they
will take care.
do.
They will take care. Not to say girls don't, but
Yeah.
boys, they will take care of their mama.
Yeah,
You
I've
know.
got two boys.
Yeah.
I've got three kids total, but my two
Yes.
boys, oh, I know
Yes.
they've got my back.
Yes.
And there's nothing more fulfilling and more confident than
Yes.
knowing you
Yes.
got your boys
Yes. That is
right
so true.
behind you. Yeah, I love
That is
it.
so
I
true.
love it.
Yeah. That is absolutely true. Yeah. They take care of you.
Yep,
Yes.
they sure
Yes.
do. So
Yes.
before we go, do you have any other words that you want to share? Anything else? Any ideas, lessons that you want to share with our audience?
Well, yes, I would say to especially women in particular, Surround yourself with other women. We should be each other's cheerleaders. And thanks again, Nancy. And I want to say you've been an inspiration to me.
Oh, thank you.
You and I joined the club basically at the same time, and you are doing a remarkable job. So congrats.
Thank you.
It's important to have a good support group.
Mm-hmm.
During my time, I had a real good support group with my family and friends who really, in your heart, have your back. Because sometimes you're going to need to lean on them. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they're going to need to lean on you, a good word of encouragement. So I would just say to any lady who is watching and who need some encouragement, stay strong, find one or two persons you can rely on and talk to. Talk it out, don't keep it inside, and know that this too shall pass, and you will emerge stronger at the end of the day.
I love it. I love it. And
Oh,
one of the
thank
big
you.
phrases that I use, that empowered women empower
Yes,
women. And that's
exactly.
really
Yes,
important. And that's something that I have learned through my cycle of
yes,
my life and the stuff that I've
yes,
gone through. So
yes,
absolutely.
yes. We have to have each other's back.
Yep. And we do.
Yeah, yes, we do.
We've
Yes,
only known each
yes,
other for a couple years, but I consider you to
yes.
be my sister. So yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you,
Yes,
Nancy.
yes,
Yes, yes,
absolutely,
yes, yes,
absolutely. Well, thank
yes.
you, Marcia, for being on our show today. And for those of you watching, thank you for watching Seeds of Encouragement. I am your host, Nancy Gonzalez, and you can follow me at nancyencourages.com. And remember, may the words that you use be helpful so that they can be a source of encouragement for others. Have a good
Thank
day.
you.